Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome back to the UCF Knights Dynasty. Today, we begin conference play, but first, we go over your custom prospects submitted. Now, I have not had a list of these players since season number 1. We had that first episode, I believe it was season number 1, episode 7. But since then, I have had enough leftover players to at least fill this conference. So I will probably do that again once this year and get some more pool of players just in case. We won't move on after this year, but 2 years it could happen. If we go back-to-back conference championships, you never know. But I am happy to get you guys in the series. So if you guys are unfamiliar, there is an episode to submit your recruit. It's not here, not this episode, but when you guys do that, I go into each conference team and rename all of their players. It's a lot of fun to get you guys in, get your guys' name in the series. Also makes it a little more fun and personal for me because I get to go up against you guys every single week, which makes it a lot more enjoyable than going up against John Smith every single week and things like that. So getting you guys involved in this series is definitely a lot of fun. Obviously, if you're a member, you do have rights to the actual team. In this series, there's only 15 guys on the roster, so it's very, very slim that a non-member would make it. So that's kind of how our makeup is as the UCF basketball team. But congrats if you made another roster. We did have 2 non-conference games before hopping into conference play. We played Dayton. We absolutely demolished them. And then we played the Citadel, and this one wasn't even close as well. 65-23 in the rebound margin. 92-31 ended up being the final score right there. I mean, just absolutely blowing the doors off some of these non-conference teams. And then we played Lafayette. 105-51 ended up being the final. Justin Credible had 29 points in that game. So here's our conference schedule to open it up. We play Wofford, College of Charleston, Furman back-to-back, Western Carolina. UNC Greensboro is supposed to be the favorite coming into this season, so we will play them probably next episode. But first, going up against Wofford, they are led by John Wade, averaging 17.7 points per game. Chris Hinton, 10.5 points and 8.7 rebounds per game. Henry Peterson, 5.8 points. And then Lennox Ellis is averaging 5 and 4 with assists. Braden Holt averaging 5 and 6 with rebounds. So this is going to be an interesting game. Wofford is a team that isn't the greatest as far as record goes, but it could take one good recruiting season for these guys to get back to, what they would be. I remember they were in the NCAA tournament a few years ago, and they had a really good player. I forgot what his name was, but let me know down in the comment section if you remember. Wofford was really good. I believe it was like 3 years ago. Now, Sam Hayes had a broken foot through the last couple of episodes. He returned in that Citadel game, and he ended up having a sore foot, so he re-aggravated that injury. So I'm absolutely going to sideline him, making sure he does not come back for a good 2 to 3 weeks. So that will take us through most of the non-conference games. We will see what happens with that, because realistically, if you re-aggravate an injury, it's tough to come back from. So we're going to hold him out for a little bit and see what happens here as we start conference play. Going up against Wofford, I think this is going to be a good matchup. I don't know what to expect in SOCON conference play. The teams are going to be tougher than the Big South, so I do want to be mindful of that. So here we go. Let's get conference play underway. Bongani Mwangi wins the tip-off as Credible starts in the backcourt along with Bob Sharp. And then on the wing, Jay Henry gets a start. Here is Credible driving. Good Euro step. A little contact, and he gets the first bucket of the game. If Credible can add that to his game consistently, that will be a very good thing for our offense as we give up a bucket inside that time. Wofford, nice pass. Here they are in offense, working it around the perimeter. Crossover move. This is going to be Credible with good defense, good on-ball defense, but a tough shot thrown up. And they are going to call a foul late in the shot clock, just trying to get a shot up that time. As they go to the free throw line, they will hit both free throws. I feel like the CPU never misses free throws. And now it's 4-2. Reese Mahanic getting doubled on the inside. Back out to Credible. That's a 3. 5-4 game here for UCF. And now we have the 1-point lead early in the first couple of minutes. Here's an up and under move. This one's missed. Bob Sharp here on the rebound, pushing it up the court, working it to the wing. This is Jay Henry pushing the ball in traffic, and a tough shot. He gets it to go. Jay Henry, the reason why I have him in the starting lineup is because he is that versatile. Here's a shot inside. Offensive rebound by Hinton. That is good. A 9-6 start, though, for UCF. And here we are up by 3. Credible running the baseline. It's good. He's got 7 early points here. And he gets us going here with a 5-point lead, 11-6. Here's a pass inside and an one. Hinton gets it to go over Bongani Mwangi. And look at that. Actually over Reese Mahanick, who gets called for the foul. Here is Devon Bands working it to the corner again, and it's Credible. What a great start for him. He's got 10 points. As now we are up 14-9. Missed shot that time by Wofford. Here we go the other way. Bob Sharp to the perimeter again. Credible! He's on fire. An excellent start to this game for the sophomore. And now here we go. 17-11. Bongani Mwangi in the post. And it's now a 19-point game. This offense starts out hot today. But here is Wofford, though, on the offensive boards. That one is good. And now 19-13. Here's a pass to the outside. Jordan White checks to the game, and that is just an absolute bad miss. He's not even a bad three-point shooter, but sometimes he just misses real badly. Here's a pass inside. And that one will be a foul on Jazwan Woods. As they go to the free throw line, it's Russ Brimmer off of the bench. He goes 1 for 1 and make that 2 for 2 because the CPU never misses free throws. 20-15 game now. Here's a pass around the perimeter. This one's stolen. Jay Henry pushing up the court. Good pass over to Bob Sharp, and he gets a fast break layup. Up by 7 is UCF now. Wofford has been scoreless in the last couple of minutes, but here's a jump shot. And that one's good, 22-17. And now here we are, Bob Sharp inside, left hand. He can't get that one to go. Here comes Wofford the other way. But here's a steal, though, in transition again. Cody Stanley into the game, trying to get to the bucket. He passes to the corner. This is Devon Bands with an open 3 that he just clanked. Still 22-17, 5.5 minutes to go here. Spinning layup. No foul call. Usually they call a foul on that one. But Hinton is there for the offensive board, and he will get that to go. And now here we go. Back on defense. A good block that time. Here we go the other way. Kolchak to the perimeter. Credible. And he can't get that one to go. But Kolchak on the boards. Working it back around. Here comes Credible on the outside. Working it back inside. Mahanick posting up. Getting double teamed. Over to Kolchak. Kolchak with some contact, no foul called, and he can't get that one to go. Here's a drive by Wofford. That one's good. Now 20-20, 21-22. Now just a 1-point game. Here is a drive. Looks like a little travel on that one, but they're going to let that go. 23-22. Here is Wofford, though, going on a little bit of a run. A quick couple of buckets, now up by 3. Another pass on the outside. Driving. It's good. Wofford going on a little run here. Now they're up by 5. Can UCF stop this run? Kolchak on the outside. Definitely don't want him taking that shot. Here we are working it inside. Wide open on the perimeter. It's Credible. And sometimes he is just a streaky shooter. In the beginning of this game, he was hitting shots like no other, and now Wofford can't miss. It's now a 7-point Wofford lead. Here's a jump shot on the inbound. 9-point lead. Wofford just won't miss here at the end of the first half. Here's a little pick and roll. And Mwangi finally gets us out of hot water there. Back up to a 7-point lead, though. And Wofford continues to pile it on. Hinton on the inside. He's 5 for 5 from the field. 11 points. Now here it is, 9-point game again. Bands, mid-range, it's good. Good shot right there to get us going, hopefully going into halftime, 26-33. Now they hold for the last shot, 10 seconds to go. Here's 5 seconds to go now. We're going to try to send the double team now. Here they drive to the outside, wide open 3. This one off. And now UCF was out to a good start, but all of a sudden started missing shots, and Wofford could not miss. And now they go up by 7 at halftime. Wofford bringing their A game. So Wofford is shooting 58% from the field. They went on that streak and did not miss. We're only shooting 39%. They're also out-rebounding us 16-9. So we definitely need to clean that up. Second half action now. Fade away from free throw distance. That one's off. Defensive board by Mahanic. Here we go the other way. Bob Sharp, good crossover move to the bucket. Bob Sharp is so smooth. His game, I love it. And now it is 33-28. Fadeaway three, missed this time by Wofford. Here we go the other way. Bad shot. Here it's Credible handling the basketball. Passing over to the right block. That one's a foul. And that is going to be Mwangi going to the free throw line. He does not lead our team in points. I'm not sure why that graphic came up. I believe Credible is. Actually, Mwangi might be leading us in points with 14.7. I guess I'll have to double check that one. He goes to the free throw line, hits both free throws. Now down by 3. Defensive board by Mwangi. Running the break. Here's a pass up to Bob Sharp. In transition, it's now an 8-0 run, 32-33. But Wofford answers back. That's a dagger right there, 36-32. And now we are down by 4 once again. Here's Credible, though, running the break again, getting to the bucket. In transition, does not care who's in his face. 36-34. UCF now back in this game, a deep 3. That one's off. And now here we go the other way. Henry, this is where he excels, getting to the basket. A little man on him, and he draws the foul on Lennox Ellis. And he ties the ball game up at 36 at the free throw line. Here's Wofford, though, answering back with a 3. That is good, 39-36. And now Wofford up by 3, fade away. That one's off, but an offensive board. That's off. Another one. Finally good. How did we allow them to get those offensive boards by the backup center Rimmer? And now they are up by 5, but here's a steal in transition. Jordan White gets the left-handed layup. It's now back to 3 points, 43-38 now. Here with 9 minutes to go, there is a hammer drop by Mwangi. Hopefully that starts the momentum. Trying to send the double team to get some steals here. There is a rip. Here comes Jay Henry the other way. In transition, he goes all the way. That's what he does. And that's a bucket to bring it within a 1-point game. Here is our offense now starting to get going. Coltrane Richmond gets called for the foul that time. Off of a deflected pass, Mwangi just gets it and puts it up. And he draws the foul to go to the free throw line. And with those 2 free throws, UCF has the lead. Up by 1 with 8 minutes to go. Here is a Euro step layup. That one's blocked by Mwangi. Here we go. Good defensive possessions. We need them here. Spinning layup. That one's missed. Offensive board. That one's missed. There we go, Devon Bands. We need all of our team to play defense. Here's another pass inside. That one, they finally get to go. 45-44. Here's Bob Sharp handling the offense. Pass inside to Mwangi. Gets double teamed outside mid-ranger. That one is off. 45-44. Wofford leads by 1 here. 6 minutes. Here's a wild layup. That one's good. And now Wofford is up by 3. Just outside the paint. Another fadeaway. And Wofford going on another run. They're now up by 4. Here is Jay Henry handling the basketball, getting to the basket. An easy 2-handed dunk. And now we are down by 3. Here's a pass inside. Wofford misses the shot. Here we go the other way. Credible in transition. Just pulls up for 3, and that one's good. Tie ball game with 4 minutes to go. And now here is Wofford. Long pass inside. That one's blocked. Here we go. Jay Henry running the break. He might slow it up, but no, he's aggressive all the way. Almost gets the and 1, a foul on Braden Holt. And now here we are up by 2 after Jay Henry makes both free throws. Now on defense, a fadeaway from 2, missed by Wofford. And UCF has a chance to extend this lead. 2.5 minutes to go. Kolchak drives, and he gets the bucket. No foul called, an acrobatic layup. And now we are up by 4. Here they are working it in the post. This is a missed shot on the up and under try. And now we have possession up by 4 with 2 minutes to go. Here we swing it. Bob Sharp open for the 3. 56-49 at that point. And Wofford down 7, now down 5, trying to come back in this one. Wild shot put up, and they are going to start to foul here with under 30 seconds left. Bob Sharp goes to the free throw line. It says his free throw percentage is 100%. I'm not really sure if that's accurate. Maybe it is. He hasn't missed a free throw all year. 58-51. A little too late here for Wofford. They missed some shots down the stretch, start to foul, and that will do it. UCF was down by 9 at one point and never gave up. Came back and won this one by 7. An excellent victory here in our first SOCON conference game versus a tough Wofford team. They weren't the highest in overall, but they definitely showed the fight, welcoming us to the conference with that game. An excellent game all around here. We did miss some shots, but you know what happens at times. I think the one thing that I've realized after this game in specific, Credible is extremely streaky. Like, there are times when he can get red hot, like at the start of this game where he couldn't even miss. And then there were shots where like he just could not hit them, and it was wide open shots. And that's one thing that we'll have to work on with him. And like I said, he's not what Antonio Johnson was. Antonio Johnson was an incredibly clutch player. Some players have it, some players don't. Not saying that Credible isn't clutch, but he's just not that, all-around scorer who can get you out of the mud. He can hit shots, but he could be streaky as well. So we go up against a couple of other conference teams, including the College of Charleston. We beat them 104-55. Then we have back-to-back games versus Furman right in the middle of our conference schedule. So we will hop into this one. Now, this is actually the first time I've played at our home stadium this season, and you can just see our fans are starting to fill up the seats now. This is amazing to have this. Our arena actually looks like a real college basketball arena now. No longer seats missing and things like that. So here we are playing Furman, and here's a foul that time on Monte Sampson as Jay Henry goes to the free throw line. Down to a 5-point game here. We allow them to come back a little bit. Furman isn't a great basketball team, but honestly, what I've seen so far in these first couple of SOCON conference games that we've been playing, everybody is bringing their best game. Love it, the game so far. Here is Jay Henry driving. Foul on Aaron Hart as he goes to the free throw line again. He's so good at getting to the bucket. I think that he's just too quick at his size. A lot of bigger guys can't keep up with him. Now a 7-point game. Pick and roll. Pass inside to Mwangi. Back up to a 9-point lead here. Here is Bob Sharp, though, on the defensive board. Working it up in transition. Credible all the way. And he draws the foul on Brian Berry. It's Credible averaging 14.8. That's why I was wondering who actually did lead us in points per game, because Mwangi was averaging 14.9. Credible averaging 14.8. Here's Jazwan Woods getting it blocked, but offensive board by Mwangi out to Devon Bands, who hits the 3. Now a 14-point lead. And I think UCF starting to go on a run. Defensive board. Bob Sharp, crossover move, getting to the basket, throws it up, left hand, and that one will be good. A 16-point lead at this point. Now Furman trying to get a bucket. That one's a good move, and that is going to be a bucket. And now they are down by 14, but UCF trying to extend this lead. Here's Credible. Pass inside to Jazwan Woods. Good find. 71-55 at that point. Now Furman down by 18. Here's a steal all the way up the court. Bob Sharp just too fast for everybody, but gets absolutely swatted. But good thing we are there for the offensive board. And now it's a 20-point lead. Bob Sharp to the basket. He is so gifted. He is just quick, way quicker than what I thought he was. 81-60. We run this clock out. We win this game by 21. A great victory here. And I love what I see from the SOCON conference. Everybody's giving us a good game. That's exactly what I wanted going into a new conference. If it wasn't, one of those Power 5 conferences, ACC, SEC was maybe my guess for where we would eventually end up. I'm not sure we'll end up in the Big East, but it could happen. I'm not even sure, but I'm pretty sure we could if eventually end up in the ACC. But I'm happy with the SOCON so far. They're giving us really good games. Competition is good, and Furman ends up losing back-to-back games versus UCF. The next game they end up losing by 39 points, actually 41 points. And Bangani Mwangi had a huge game, 42-20. I mean, he's absolutely dominating here to start SOCON conference play for him. And then we go up against Western Carolina, where we absolutely blow the doors off of them. You know, in sim situations, we always kill these teams, but then when we play them, they give us their best game. But we start out 5-0 in conference play. So that's where we end here, because UNC Greensboro is actually the favorite coming into this year in the conference. Hayes Broadhead leads them with 19.1 points per game. They are 5-1 in conference, 6-1, I believe, one of those two. And this is the battle for the number 1 spot in the conference. UNC Greensboro has a lot of good players, and for good reason. I mean, they are a team that really has good scoring at the top, and then they have some freshmen who are eventually going to take over as well. So this is a very well-built team. We will have to see what happens next episode. We will have most of the episode based on that game, but we'll see what happens. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I hope the rain don't